Hello, folks. This is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today, I want to talk about what's working in this market. Today is May 10th, 2021. So, we had a brutal sell off in the market. As you can see, today we had Dow Jones Industrial Average drop by 34, S&P 500 drop by 44, and NASDAQ, which is tech heavy, dropped very big, 350 points. So that's a huge drop for NASDAQ. It's 2.55% drop. So with that, today let's see what's working in this market and how do we approach this market. So with that, let's look at how we did today. So if you look at today, the utilities and consumer defensive, those stocks did very well. Those sectors did very well. And real estate, industrials, financial services, and at the bottom you can see a technology. So technology has been a big loser in today's market, mainly because last year technology has done so nicely. Now folks are rotating out of these high growth stocks into other stocks like energy, like utilities, and even industrials. That's why you see a big rotation taking place from high growth stocks to reopening type place. So if you look at year to date as of now, the energy has roared back. Energy has done very nicely, 44.6% as you can see here. And financial services, basic materials, they all did nicely. And technology and healthcare, they're at the bottom of the pile here. So that tells you, money is really moving into names like, energy, financials, basic materials. And we'll also look at few stocks in these areas where we can buy and hope for a even bigger bounce. So with that, let's look at 6 month return. If you look at 6 month return, we got energy with the very huge return here, and financial service, basic material, anything from Nucor to USTL to any of these basic material, even Alcoa for that matter, they all work in this market. And industrials, they're doing nice. Think Caterpillar, Deere, they all do well. Even the railroads for that matter, Union Pacific, CSX, even FedEx, UPS, all they do very well. And as you can see, technology is really somewhere here. Has not done nicely in 6 months. Now, if you look at 1 year, basic materials have done very well. Think about things like gold, copper, iron, steel. They all done very nicely, even aluminium. And consumer cyclical, financial services. Think about bank and any financial service for that matter. They've done nicely. Industrials, they've done nicely. And we got technology somewhere here. I think most of the return in technology came in the early part of the year. Now they're kind of sort of taking it easy. Now let's look at some stocks here. This is the way I sorted this chart is really I looked at 1 month return, so that tells you right now what's working. So in 1 month, stocks like PLBY, it's done very nicely, 91%. And I also looked at gross margin, more than 30%. I think in the case of PLBY, it's empty, so that's why I picked it up. But you can see what's working here. BioNTech, this is the vaccine play. I think they did nicely. Even today they bounced by 10%. Nice here. In 1 year they've done nicely. And as you can see here, Knoll, Welbilt, one of those good old plays. SID, which is again doing nicely. At home, Proofpoint, they're all doing nicely. And I also highlighted some stocks here like SID Home. They also have a good revenue acceleration. I love stocks with a good revenue acceleration in 1 year and quarter over quarter, and also a good gross margin. And Proofpoint is also working here. iHeart, I think it's doing very nicely off late. It's a nice gross margin, and they've done even today they went up, and they've done nicely for 1 year. And then we got Crocs. Crocs is doing nicely, even though today they went down a little bit. Generally, it's doing very nicely for 1 year. And a lot of energy names, as you can see here, Viper Energy, Sealed Air. I think there are some energy names here. which are doing well. And reopening play like Sally Beauty, that's also doing nicely. So I would look at some of these names slowly, and when they're a little bit dropping, I would pick them up. This could be a balance for the portfolio, which could be tech heavy at this point. Next, let's look at some of the other names here. We got LPX, Cemex, CWH Camping Ground, another reopening play here. They've done nicely for 1 year, as you can see here. And Whale, which is another good play here, and they've done nicely for 1 year. And you can see here, turquoise, and even the beverages like Bud, Tap, they also done nicely for 1 year. And we got PDC Energy, that's also done nicely. So at the high level, I think we got energy, the basic materials, they're doing nicely, and even some utilities are doing nicely. So with that, I think really good time to invest in some of these plays. Remember last year we had multiple margin expansions in technology. Now same thing is happening to energy, the materials, basic materials segment. I think it's good to be part of that growth as we go forward. And if you're insisting on buying some technology stocks, buy some good technology stocks. Buy slowly, don't hurry it up, so that way you don't lose too much money buying a lot of them at once. And for the folks who are option junkies, what you can do is really, you can look at some of these stocks which are fallen or even which are going up, and make sure the volatility is low. When the volatility is low, you can kind of play the counter trend option techniques. Like you can buy a straddle as an example when the volatility is low. It doesn't matter whether stock went up or down, as long as volatility is low. You can buy a straddle, which is say 90 to 100 days out, or you could even buy a strangle. You can buy iron condor. These are good strategies when the market is either going up a lot or down a lot, and volatility in the underlying stock is low. That's one way to play. So that way you don't get burnt. You buy when the volatility is low. As the volatility goes up, your option positions will do nicely. So with that, I think today we'll keep it quickly. I wanted to talk about this because market has come down so drastically in 1 day. I've been buying some of these, straddles, iron condors, and even strangles in the options, and also I've been, buying some of these reopening plays slowly, and also buying some technology stocks very slowly. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe to Raj Option Trading. Thank you. Bye.